they're redoing it. So they said that maybe this new Spider-Man, since they're making it so, you know, quickly after making these other Spider-Mans, maybe they should make it real different, you know, make it kind of like dark and edgy like the Dark Knight and put it in modern day times and stuff. And maybe, you know, Spider-Man, maybe he doesn't have to be white. Maybe he can be black or Hispanic or something like that. And then somebody put a big picture of me in the comments. It was like, Donald Glover can play Spider-Man. He's nerdy. And I was like, okay. And somebody sent that to me, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll put that up. So I put it up on my Twitter, and I was like, oh, Donald for Spider-Man, let's do this. You know, kind of joke, but also like, who doesn't want to be Spider-Man? That'd be cool. And that's when the world went crazy. And half the world was like, Donald for Spider-Man. We're only gonna watch the next Spider-Man if Donald Glover's playing Peter Parker. And the other half was like, he's black, kill him! Like, it was so fast. It was so fast.
I guess the smaller targets maybe more.
It was insane.
Yeah,
like,
they're worth like
a
7
very
points.
Hot or cold on subject, and I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything during that whole time. I just laid low. But I did read one comment that was like, "Oh, we're gonna make Spider-Man black now. We're just gonna make Spider-Man black now. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna make Spider-Man black. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make Spider-Man black now. We're gonna make Spider-Man black. Well,
Jesus.
why don't we just have Michael Cera play Shaft?" And I didn't respond to any of the stuff I saw online, except for that one. I wrote back, yes. That would be fucking amazing. Fucking Michael Cera played Shaft. I'd watch that movie every day.
Shit, my bad, bro.
I'd go broke. It's like, yes, one more for Shaft, please. Like, I'd be there every day. I mean, like, wouldn't that be awesome to be watching a movie? To be like, hey, Shaft, what's going on, baby? Oh, nothing. Let's find some hoes. Like, that'd be so awesome.
Turn around.
I'd watch that all the time. The thing that bothered me the most about that, the thing that really got under my skin was that people kept bringing up Shaft. Like I care about Shaft. Like I must care. He's black. He must love Shaft. He's like I give a fuck about Shaft. Like we're like, oh no, don't take out Shaft. Like I don't care. I don't care about Shaft. Like it's just like Shaft was the black Spider-Man or something like that. He's just like, oh yeah, white people, you guys get this dude who swings from building to building and saves people, and black people, you get this dude who slaps women sometimes. Enjoy. Like what? No, that's not okay. He's like, he's not even a superhero. He's just a black guy. He's just a black dude. He's not a superhero. You couldn't have no Shaft ride at Universal Studios. You can have like, yeah, what we do is we put you in the car and then we set up like 5 women mannequins and then you hold your hand out and you just slap them off. Just slap them off. $5, please. That's ridiculous. That really bothered me. Like no one, like Shaft, I don't give a fuck about Shaft. I don't care about Shaft. The fact that they kept assuming that, like I woke up every morning like in my Shaft pajamas, jumped out of bed, ran down the stairs, drank a cup of Shaft
I don't see how they're
juice,
beating us by so much.
turned on the Shaft television. I just realized Shaft juice sounds like semen. Don't want to drink that. That'd be gross. I was just doing some like stuff with like music, and I just put out that EP, and I was like, thank you. And I was listening to it in my car. I picked up, like it was like mixing, and like I was like, oh, I want to see how it sounds in the car, and I picked up a friend of mine. She got in. She was like, is this you? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, you listen to your own music? I was like, yeah, I listen to my own music. Like being an entertainer is the only job where you can enjoy your own stuff. Did you know that? It's the only job where you can enjoy your own shit. Like if I made sandwiches for a living, like if I made sandwiches for a living, like if I worked at Subway or something, I made sandwiches for a living, and then I go home and I make myself a sandwich.
That's fun though.
Nobody in here is gonna be like getting a little conceited, aren't we? Like no one cares. No one cares. It's also the only job where you have to keep proving you can do it. Like you can do, like you have to keep like if you work at Staples, you don't have to be like, oh yeah, I know how to move paper from here to here. Like you don't have to do that every time you go in. As an actor, I have to prove I know how to act every time I have to audition and prove I know how to act. Like I'm just gonna forget how to act one day. Like I just want to like I'll come back from summer break, go to Community, and they're gonna be like,
me too.
And
I thought we'd be shooting at each other.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm still not level 5, but we should be able to do a fucking heist if you did it for.
Yeah.
Oh man, this dude's a
ridiculous. But like I was talking about music, I like music a ton, and like, but the problem is like, I like weird stuff. I like weird, crazy music, like weird people making music. And
you in my bunker
really
if you want to do the heist.
Like, you know, we got Lady Gaga and stuff like that, but I don't think that's really.
Can you guys hear me?
I feel like that's playing. Like I don't like. We need weird stuff, cause like but as an adult, we're not really allowed to be weird anymore.
I'm in my
the
car.
older you
Where are
get,
you, Kobe?
the less you can take weird stuff. That's the truth.
It's
you
fine,
can't
yeah.
take
I'm on a
weird
loading
stuff
screen right
anymore.
now.
Like as a kid, like the idea of Santa Claus is really weird and fucked up. It really is, but you're okay. Like for something like just like, hey, there's this fat guy and he comes in your house, eats all your food, and he leaves little gifts for you. And while your parents are sleeping, he runs up the chimney and like he gives me gifts. Cool, you're just fine with it. You're fine with that guy being in your house. As an adult, somebody's like, hey man, Glee comes on at 9 instead of 8 tonight. You're like, fuck you, really? Why did they change it? Why did they change it? Can't take any change whatsoever. But that's basically what it is. It's like, I'm 27. Like, I'm about to become who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. Like, basically, like, once you get around your 30s, that's who you're going to be for the rest of your life, pretty much. Like, if you're conservative,
I just loaded in.
You're probably going to be conservative for the rest of your life. If you're like liberal and you're in your 30s, you're probably going to be liberal for the rest of your life.
No.
You know, if you're a girl and you don't give blowjobs, curl up to your 9 cats and your Twilight DVDs because you're going to die alone. You're going to die alone. Sorry. I love that joke because guys are always like, well put, Mr. Glover. But it's true, like you can't take any, like as you get older, you can't take any weird stuff. That's just the truth.
I wonder if I could stream my Netflix feed.
That Lady Gaga Kanye West tour, I was super stoked about that.
Because it's a huge copyright infringement. That's why PlayStation Network and like Xbox shut down your Elgato and shit when you try to do it.
Dreams about, I was like, there's gonna be like 2 big pillars on stage.
Netflix
like
is a streaming service.
Like Lady Gaga's there, and her hair's like blowing in the wind, and she's playing the bass. Like that, she's just like going like a huge bass.
It'd be essentially like you making money streaming Ninja Stream.
She's like just playing a huge, she's plucking out a huge tampon, and at the end of it is Tony Danza's face. He's just like, bah, 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 bah. Like he's just going like crazy on it, and then like there's another one, like another huge pillar, and then like Kanye West is on it, he's playing the piano.
The Corvette.
But the piano's not a piano, it's just a bear, it's a live bear. For some reason he's playing, and the bear's not eating Kanye because he has so much respect for him.
Are we doing a heist?
Like looking at him, he's like, oh, I want to eat you, but you made graduation.
Oh shit, you guys are all the fucking way across the map. Where are you at?
Like a big clear beach ball that everybody's pushing and kicking around, and in the center of the big clear beach ball is just this one lone baby. Just like one lone naked baby. And he's not crying or anything, he's just confused and shit. He's like, why did my parents put me in here?
I see Alex, but I don't see you.
And I was like, yes, that's worth $50. I want to see that. And they canceled it. They got rid of it. They were like, it's too weird, it's gay, I don't get it, get rid of it.
In the session? I said join crew.
I just clicked join friends and it joined me in his session. I don't even see you in the session, bro.
I think I joined the session you were in before you.
Oh, maybe.
It's funny because it's true.
Just join me again, I'm in his.
I'm in the loading screen.
But they got rid of it. They canceled it. And that's ridiculous. That's crazy. Only adults would do that. Like as a kid, we watched the weirdest stuff and nobody cared. Nobody ended up. You guys remember Muppet Babies? Let me refresh your memory what Muppet Babies is about. Muppet Babies is a show about a lady with no face who takes care of a frog, a pig, a dog that plays the piano, and an alien named Gonzo that fucks chickens. And adults were like, yeah, watch it. I don't give a fuck. I got things to do. Gotta go. No one cares. You guys remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Oh, hell no. I'm far.
Teenage Mutant Turtles?
Far from it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sounds like a homeless person's fever dream. If you were walking down the street and you saw a homeless person, they were like, they're all named after Renaissance.
I'm kind of headed towards that way, but I'll meet you.
Fuck away from me, man. kind of obsessed with homeless people. I really am. Because, I don't know, we have a long history together. We do. We have a long history together. Like, when I first moved here from Atlanta, like, the only thing I knew how to do and make money was to babysit.
You upgrade him.
Like, they ran a daycare.
I can't.
So the only thing I really knew how to do was take care of kids. So I had this job. I was supposed to pick up this kid, and I was running.
At least you have a car, man.
I was leaving
one level away.
And I was just like, you know, talking, and I wasn't really paying attention to where I was going. And a homeless man punched me in the face. And I think he was like schizophrenic or something, because he was like, stop following me. And I was just like, ah! You know, I just ran away. So anyway, I go and pick up the kid. I pick him up, bring him home, make him dinner. His mom comes home. She's like, hey. She goes in the back room. She comes back out, and she goes, hey, are you okay?
Are you still?
I'm like,
I stopped.
yeah, I'm fine. I kind of forgot.
Just keep going straight, and then you make a left on that big highway.
Yeah, what's wrong? And she plays me the voice message I left. And I didn't keep it, but I remember it very well, and it went a little something. It went like this. Hey, it's Donald. I just wanted to let you know that I'm running a little bit late picking up Ben, but I just wanted to let you know. What'd you do? What'd you do? I gotta hide. I'll hide in this tree.
Oh, shoot your bunker, right?
Get away!
Yeah.
Get away!
I'm the one you get here because you go to the computer.
I wanna die. I wanna fucking die. That's pretty much how it sounded. So, thanks. So I've had a lot of run-ins with, you know, like homeless people and stuff like that.
Damn,
and,
barely clipped
it. You know,
it.
I lived in downtown
What the
LA.
fuck?
And downtown LA is kind of like the 80s decided to stay there. They're like, oh yeah, you guys go ahead and be the 90s. Go enjoy Ace of Base. We'll be here practicing the moonwalk and selling crack. Like, that's everything in downtown LA. And I'm hanging out in downtown LA, and I would always have, I was like parties or something, or watch movies and stuff like that, and I'll have girls over, and I'd always have to walk them back to their car. I'd always have to walk, and they ask me, like, can you walk me back? And I'm like, sure. And around the 7th time, I was like, wow, every girl who comes over asks me to walk them back to their car. Like, no matter what time. And like, I realized, I was like, oh, they're afraid they're gonna get attacked or raped or something. And I was like, oh my God, like, that's ridiculous. As a grown man, I never think of that. Like, that's never in my head. Like, oh, will I get raped? Like, rape isn't right around the corner for me. Like it is for women, which is so messed up. Like, if someone, like, I'm an adult male, I'm a grown man. Like, if someone was gonna rape me, like, someone's gonna attack me and rape me, like, they had to be like real tricky.
The map change or something.
Didn't change anything.
Like, real tricky. Like, I'd be like just going in the movie theater.
I don't think you can see my waypoints, can you?
About to go see like a movie with a bunch of explosions in it.
But it like changed the direction of where I was going for some reason.
It's weird.
Sorry, just trying
You went the opposite direction of where it told me you needed to go.
That's what I was saying. Like the way that it was, I guess, showing
and then
you.
I see like a man dressed like a chair running away and stuff. Look, just like that. God damn it! What, man? Nothing. I got raped again, man.
This bunker's way the fuck out there.
Believe this?
Yeah, it is.
No, I don't want to watch Expendables anymore.
Yeah, one of the key elements of a good bunker is to not be where the bomb's gonna go off.
I was hanging out in my neighborhood, and this girl was talking.
True.
And we started talking about a rape that had happened in the neighborhood, and we were just like, oh, this is awful. This is so messed up. Can't believe
Should
this
hit that
happened
dude
so
on the
close
bike.
to us. And she goes,
Dude,
yeah,
I can't help myself. I have to knock
anybody
him
ever
off.
tried
I
to
know.
rape me? I'm just gonna shit on him.
I hit him every time.
Yes, I will.
Ooh, there's a motorcycle.
Yeah, there's probably some dudes that owns this bunker too. Wow, you got out of here. Like, what the fuck?
Did you see that? I got out and I was just like standing up.
Number number one,
we're outside,
he's a
bro.
rapist. So
Yeah,
his
give me a
tolerance
second,
for
I'll be right
gross
there.
stuff is probably pretty high.
Take a motorcycle.
It's probably pretty high. Number two, you can shit on command. Like you can just poop whenever you want to. Like,
I'm gonna laugh and
Things
say,
dope.
it's like, oh God, no, like that.
Colby
You can
ran
poop
off
whenever you want.
on the
Like
bike.
you got that's
I'm
you're a
back.
national treasure. Like
Sorry,
you
I
can.
hope not.
You got more superpowers than Shaft if you can poop whenever you want. That's amazing, okay? No, I can't
Thing's
poop
fun as
whenever I
hell.
want. Somebody could run down the stage right now and pull out a gun and be like, shit yourself. Poop yourself right now. And be
Right
ready to
off
blow my
into the
head off.
sunset, bro.
I can't do it. I can't do it ever. I'm not in like, me and my butt are like always on the third date, I feel like. I feel like me, I'm always like, come on, let's hurry up, let's do this. And my butt's always like, oh, stop rushing me when the time is right. Like, I'm not in love yet. That was me in a domestic dispute with my butt. But with all this like crazy stuff going on with like you know like rapes and like earthquakes and all this, I know I put like rapes and earthquakes in the same category. Like if my sister was like, I got raped yesterday, I'd be like, did you hear about that earthquake? It's like a 4.5. It wasn't huge, but it was big enough. They're not the same thing. But with all this crazy stuff going on, people feel like it's the end of the world.
Shoot me, fucker.
Like people
wasn't.
talk about like people say like this is the worst time. I was talking to my dad the other day. He was like, "Oh man, things are so bad, man. Things are so
Trying
bad
to
out
shoot
here.
at your tires.
I'm sorry. It's just like it feels like this is the worst time to be alive, man. This is the worst time to be alive.
You driving a
I'm
car?
sorry, son. It's the worst time to be alive.
Like,
No, Blake.
And that's bullshit.
That's still
crap.
shooting
That
at
is
him.
total crap. This is the best
Really?
time to
So
be
you had to
alive.
ask what it
ever.
was?
This is the best time
No,
there has
no,
ever been
just
to be human
wondering
alive.
if he was operating the
It's
vehicle
the
you were shooting
absolute
at.
truth.
Oh, no, initially,
Do you
no. I was
realize,
just randomly
like,
shooting.
just a couple hundred years ago, people could come into your village, your community, whatever you want to call it.
Upstairs.
People could come in there, just a bunch of them, kill you, rape your wife, sell your kids into slavery, and people be like, well, what'd you expect?
Hey Lex, get off your car.
It's nighttime.
Move away from your car.
My hands were tied. The sun
You're
went
gonna
down.
blow up my car? Don't blow up my car. Don't be a
Get
dick.
away with that
I'll
stuff
do it whether
now.
you're there or
Somebody
not.
would tweet that
Nigga,
shit.
why are
It'd
you
be
gonna
everywhere.
do that while I have to pay for
You're
it?
like, someone
Don't blow up my
killed
fucking car.
mom and sold me and my
Why?
brother to Greece.
Don't blow up my fucking car.
Wait, no, that you don't have to pay for that one. That one's free.
No, I have to pay for it to get it repaired.
No, you don't. It's free.
Yeah,
It
you
came with
do.
the thing.
People say
No,
the same
and
stuff
we still have
about
to pay
rap
for it.
music. People
No,
just
you
like,
don't.
rap
It says
music
free
now
when you claim it.
sucks.
Here, look,
So
no.
bad. Rap music
Hold on.
now
I will
sucks.
literally
No,
get
back
mine
in the
blowed
day,
up
that
every
was
No,
good
it's
rap
fine. Don't
music.
blow up
That
my
was where
car.
the good rap music was at.
Colby, what do you
Walk
think I should
around
do?
with
Blow it
Yeah,
up.
that's the good rap.
Really? Don't blow up my fucking
No, it's
car.
not. Have you ever listened to
God,
rap
you're
back in the
a dick.
day? It's always some
Yes.
dude being like, well, I went to the hat store
Damn,
today and I
dude,
bought
really?
myself a hat.
I missed.
fuck.
It's like, nigga, I don't want to hear your hat stories. So lame.
Lex, do you have the combat
You know, I think
PDW
people don't like
suppressed?
rap nowadays because they say
What?
it has like a bad
Do I
influence
don't
on
know.
kids.
No.
They have like a
I
bad
didn't,
influence on
but
kids. And
I
I
think
grew
we
up
got
with
it
a
from
bunch
that
of kids.
last
My mom
heist.
ran a daycare and we had foster kids and we had adopted kids. I know kids pretty well, and I've got to
No,
be
I don't-
honest.
I don't have it.
Kids are pretty fucked
You're
up
the
anyway.
thing, dude.
Did you buy it?
They're awful people.
No,
They're
no,
tiny,
I haven't
tiny
gone to
little
the weapons
Hitlers.
store.
All
That's
of them.
weird. I don't have it.
They're all awful. No, seriously.
Colby,
the
you
thing
can kill
that
me if
makes
you understand me.
everybody in here a good person is empathy and sympathy. That's when you learn, like, oh, I'm not gonna punch that person. If you punch me, I wouldn't like that. So,
Right in the
yeah.
back of the head.
When you learn that, that's what makes you a good person. Kids don't have that yet. So they're awful, awful people. They're terrible people. They don't have it yet. That's honest. You ever see those kids in the supermarket that just walk around and just like,
Stop aiming at me, Lex.
and just screaming, and their mom's like, Zachary, I mean it, Zachary, remember? Remember Zachary?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Remember?
Alex,
The
fuck you. I
dolphin,
see you.
remember? A dolphin. Remember we made the secret word?
Yeah.
That means you need to behave. Dolphin's the word.
I saw
just
him,
said it.
too.
Do you understand? You understand?
All I see is Colby
That means
jumping.
I'm not gonna kill you. You don't
Okay,
kill
like
me.
the kid's
I'm
gonna be
almost
like,
dead.
oh, you're right.
I
we
know
did agree
because I
upon
put you
that.
there, so you would want to kill me.
I'm gonna stop pissing in this Nutella jar and really start behaving.
Let's come up here. Don't shoot Colby. Let's start this heist.
No.
Why are you gonna shoot my car?
He can't even talk. He doesn't
Shot one tire
speak
out.
English yet. If that's the thing,
Why?
when they're like going like, and they're
Because you're trying to
screaming
kill
and
me.
they're spitting and they're screaming at their
Of
mom.
course,
and
this
not saying
fucker
anything,
decides to
that's
shoot
because
my
they
damn
don't
car.
know words
Yeah, I
yet.
didn't shoot it. I just shot
Good
your
talk.
tire.
No, he's
They'd
shooting
be
at it
cursing their mom out.
and pushing it back.
They
somehow.
would. They'd be like, oh,
damn.
yeah, mom, I'm just gonna eat this cookie for
What
dinner.
gun
Yeah,
is
I'm just gonna
that?
eat this cookie for dinner. It's not a big deal. I'm just gonna eat this cookie. What are you doing?
It's
What are you doing?
like some
Oh, you
combat
fucking
express
bitch!
thing.
You knew I wanted that cookie for dinner and you put it somewhere I couldn't
And you
reach
blew
it.
up
You're
my
dead.
motorcycle.
You're fucking dead.
Oh, your car blew up.
I'm gonna tell Dad he's gonna beat the living shit out of you.
Every shoot is that grenade
this cunt
dropped.
that you married,
Alright, let's start this shit.
put a cookie somewhere I couldn't reach it. Fucking kill her.
I didn't even
I'll
get to
wait.
watch the car blow up.
Damn.
Kids are awful. Kids are awful. You wanna know a testament to how awful kids are?
Damn,
how
Just
bro.
lit your
terrible
body
kids
on
are.
fire too.
I was
How the
walking down the
fuck-
street in LA.
Molotovs?
Walking down the street from my restaurant, from one of my favorite
don't
No,
know.
I think it was from you blowing up
And
my car.
it's right across the street.
Taking
from
my
school.
money back.
And I saw two kids.
That I didn't take your money. He
Basketball.
did.
Yeah, I took it.
Fighting over and just walking by, and and one of them just goes,
But it is
yeah, and just pulls it, and the other one
it
goes,
is the combat PW.
You gotta get rid of that
PW.
lipstick, dude.
I just don't ever go to the character menu. It looks like Black Nate. Tell me
and
this
I
isn't Black
dropped
Nate
my
then.
shit. I was like,
You fucking do.
Why do you proceed?
Because he killed
say
me.
those words in that order,
I
and you
said,
don't
don't kill him. It's going to fucking happen.
Like the people police don't come down from the sky like, oh, I'm sorry, this person's a demon. I didn't even know. I don't know how.
Anyways,
I don't
already,
know how
I'm
we
gonna go
got
in here
out.
without you guys. Now the cops are coming. We need to hurry up and get in here.
Hold on.
That's the most awful thing in the world. Nobody in this room could get away with it. If you went to
If you
work
shoot, I will kill
tomorrow
you.
And it was like, hey, man, David's being a real jerk today.
Trust
yeah,
me,
I know.
I'll
What's
kill
going
you
on?
quicker
I
than
don't
you
know.
kill me.
That's why his mom's in a fucking
Bro,
wheelchair.
he
All right,
looks
I'll see you later.
like
I'll see you later.
literally
Basketball later.
just a
no,
hardcore-
no basketball later. Not playing with
I don't
a
even know,
monster.
bro.
I don't know why I permanently
Tom
have
Hitler's.
like an eye bruise.
All awful. Seriously,
It's
that's why I
from
wear condoms.
killing people and doing all that
No,
shit. I
it's-
have
it's
something
not-
like
Not
this
having a
already.
baby. I'm not
It
ready
was
to have a
when
baby.
you're like
and I know
creating
a
your
lot of people are just
character.
like, I
It's
wear
a
condoms
blemish.
because I
I
don't want to
fucked
get
up
AIDS.
and added one
But
on mine
I
too.
gotta
It's
be
like
honest.
But it
right
always
now,
was.
right
It wasn't
now.
always
Much
there. Wasn't
rather
there?
have AIDS
No,
than a baby.
over time, when you start like killing other
Sorry,
people,
AIDS beats baby
you
by
start
this
getting
much.
blemishes on your face.
Seriously,
From
people get all
killing
upset when they hear
the
this.
other
Like,
people.
think about it. They're not that different, you guys. They're not that different at all. They're both
Like
expensive.
player
You have them
people,
for the rest
not
of your life.
NPCs.
They're constant reminders of the mistakes you made. And once you have them, you pretty much can only date other people who have them. What's the difference?
It's kind of fucked up.
What's the difference? The
Well,
only
technically, you're
difference
only
is
supposed to
you
kill
can't
them
go to
when
jail by
you're in
accidentally
like
dropping AIDS.
deathmatch or all those type of things.
Oh.
Doesn't stop you. though.
So AIDS
Does it
wins
go
by
away?
this much.
Nope.
I'm serious. I mean, like, people, at least people, when you have AIDS, people are, like, aware of it, and people want to help you. People feel sorry for you. Like, people want to help you out and make other people aware of that when you have AIDS. People don't give a shit when you have kids. No one's just like, yeah, man, I'm living with kids. Been kids positive for about 5 years now. I lost a lot of my friends in the 80s to kids. It's just,
Where'd you
we're
go?
doing a kids walk tomorrow, and just
I'm setting up
I'm
the
sorry,
menu.
one of my kids coughed in my face. I had to leave. Like, no one cares. It is weird. Like, I remember, I was babysitting this kid once, this mean kid. I remember, and I remember the first time I saw him, I opened the door, and there were tears streaming down his face. Tears streaming down his face, but he wasn't crying. He wasn't crying, just tears. He was giving me this mean look. He was like, ugh, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid?
We're in a race.
What's going on with this kid?
You're in a race?
So
I
weird.
found out later that his
No,
parents were
we're not.
very
I'm
organic, and
talking
they
to
wouldn't let him
Colby about
have
running.
any sugar. They wouldn't let him have any
Did
candy.
you get the invite?
The thing he was allowed was mints.
Get
He was just allowed to have
snacks.
mints. So he would steal mints by the
Check your phones in
handful.
a second.
So his breath was so fresh.
I mean,
The vapors
Yeah,
from
wait
his
for
own
Colby
mouth
before I
made his
can invite
eyes
a full
water.
person.
What do I do?
Go to your phone, hit the middle button, and look for
Like,
the
he'd be
track
like,
holding some
"Hello."
invited you
Like,
thing.
they would just bleed. It was crazy.
Got it.
I would take him to the park, right? And Washington Square Park. And
Oh,
all
so
the
that's how you
babysitters in New
accept
York for
those.
some reason
Okay.
are
I didn't
Trinidadian.
know that.
They're all Trinidadian babysitters. And I would take them to the park, and I was the only boy there, you know, I was the only hanging out. You know, they were cool, you know, we trade jerk chicken recipes and stuff. And he was just a mean-spirited kid. Like, he kind of, like, he watched HBO just a little too early, and was just kind of a mean kid in general, so he would just come through and he wanted to get to a slide, so he just pushed over this little girl, so he fell over, and her Trinidadian babysitter comes over and goes, "Hey, you leave that little girl alone." And he goes, "Shut up." And she goes, "Don't you talk to me like that. I am a grown-up. You will respect me." And he goes, "Suck my dick." And the lady goes, "Shit, you're not." The lady goes, "Someone better get this little niglet away from me."
I said what in the butt? I said what in the butt?
And I fell out because I have never heard the word niglet before. I've never heard it. My brain started. I was like, niglet? I haven't heard that one. Like, it was like insane. Like, the first thing that came to my head was like the name of a band or something. Like, everybody give it up for Bobby Johnson and the Nigglets. And like 3 little kids, like slim fit suits come out. They sing like exclusively Hall & Oates songs. And I was like, Niglet. I was like taking him home, I was still in my head. I'm like, Niglet, like, is that like the black version of Piglet? Like, Niglet? When it was just like, hey, I'm Niglet. And like, Pooh's at the door, he's like, oh, come on, man. It's 3 in the morning, you smell like malt liquor. Shut up, I'm Niglet. Like. And like, I couldn't even get mad at the slur because there's just something about racism that's funny. When it's tiny, you know? When it's tiny, it's just hilarious for some reason. Like, if a tiny Klansman ran on stage right now and was like, "Get off stage, you nigger," I'd be like, look at the little guy. And pick him up, take him like, I'm gonna burn a cross on your lawn. I'm like, shut up, you little motherfucker. Like, what are you gonna do? Get out of here. I mean it. You know? That'd be hilarious. Be like a messed up Webster. It's like we share a split level house. He's going up the stairs with his tiny cross. And he's like, "Hey Donald." "Yeah?" "I hate you." "I hate you too, tiny Klansman. I hate you too." It's funny how like the N-word still comes up in weird places.
Oh, Jesus.
It does, like, it's strange, because, like, it doesn't really affect me.
You crash.
Like,
I had to go around Colby in
this
car and...
Like, I don't really think about it. It doesn't really come up, and, like, I don't
You
really
know where
care
you're
about
going,
that
Lex?
shit. But, like,
Yeah,
it
I
still
said
comes
a
up in
waypoint.
weird places.
So
like,
did I.
I write rap,
I'm
so
too lazy.
sometimes I will write them in my iPhone. So I was, like, writing, you know, the N-word in my iPhone. N-I-G-G-A, I was writing the N-word. And my iPhone goes, "Did you mean niggardly?" And I was like, "No, iPhone. I meant nigga. Write it." But then, like 2 weeks later, I was writing Jigga, which is the shortened form of Jay-Z, J-I-G-G-A, and my iPhone goes, "Did you mean nigga?" And I went, "Whoa, iPhone!"
Jesus, Colby, where are you going?
To the Deluxo?
You're just like flipping and going all over the place.
I like, you know, I've said this in my restaurant, I like to date the black girls of every culture, you know? Or, you know, like Filipinos. They're like the black girls of Asians. Armenians. These are like the black girls of white girls. And I was dating this Armenian. And someone's racist.
Shit.
Armenians. Oh God! But seriously, who are you dating? I was dating this Armenian girl, and we were making sex. I was having sex with her. I wish I could start every sentence that way, just like I was having sex with this girl and enjoy Black Swan.
I better see.
Oh,
Gotta be.
I like that. I like the part where he said he was having sex. But I was having sex with her, and we were towards the end.
Are we all going to see?
So I'm going
No.
He goes,
No, we all take one.
Let me.
fuck me harder with that N-word.
Ah, don't freeze.
Alright, I'll
Don't
go to A.
freeze. Don't freeze. No.
Oh, I can't. Wait.
I'm
Don't.
frozen.
Alright, then I'll go to D.
I'm frozen.
How do you change this thing to fly?
It won't let me fucking select that as a waypoint, but I'm just going to
It
B.
won't let me select it. I'm going to D right now.
They let me select C as a
D?
waypoint.
You said you're going to D, Lex?
Yep.
Alright. I'm going to B.
Oh, come on.
Dick. But I was having sex with her, and we were towards
Holy
towards
shit,
the
what just
end.
happened?
And
The target was
she
destroyed.
goes,
What did you do, Lex?
fuck me harder with
I,
that
or I shot a
N-word.
Are
missile.
you
with
fucking
no,
kidding me?
Really, bro?
I didn't
Why?
know that it shot the fucking missile. I was trying to shoot the damn machine gun.